Education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela. The truth of these words is manifest in the transformed lives of the students and alumni of historic LeMoyne-Owen College. LeMoyne-Owen is the heart of the Soulsville, USA Renaissance community in Memphis, Tennessee. Surrounding its beautiful campus are the Stax Museum, the Stax Music Academy, elementary and charter schools, historic churches and businesses, and the stately Elmwood Cemetery. As the only historically black college in Memphis, LeMoyne-Owen College has educated local and national leaders who, with their passion and presence, have made an indelible impact on their respective communities and touched countless lives. Consider Marion Barry, former mayor of Washington, D.C., Willie W. Harrington, Memphis's first African-American superintendent of Memphis City Schools and the first African-American elected mayor of Memphis. Dr. Benjamin Lawson Hooks, first African-American appointed to the Federal Communications Commission and former NAACP National Executive Director, Judge, and Minister. Lois DeBerry, former House Speaker pro tempore and one of the longest-serving members in the history of the Tennessee State House of Representatives. And G.E. Patterson, founding pastor, Temple of Deliverance, Bishop, Church of God in Christ. All history makers. All LeMoyne-Owen College magicians. This legacy was forged in faith and struggle, and the roots of the college run deep, all the way back to the American Civil War, to the year 1862, 1 year prior to the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. The battle to abolish slavery was nearly won, and members of the American Missionary Association, in their wisdom and through their faith, knew education was the key to equality and the future of our young nation. So they set up a school at the Union Army's Camp Shiloh in Shiloh, Tennessee, where runaway slaves and freedmen learned to read and write. After the war, the school, now known as Lincoln Chapel, moved to Memphis, where it was burned to the ground, rebuilt, and later renamed LeMoyne Normal and Commercial School, after a generous gift was made by prominent Pennsylvania physician, Dr. Francis Julius LeMoyne. In 1934, the school moved to its current location on Walker Avenue and received its charter as a 4-year degree-granting institution. Later, LeMoyne College merged with Owen College to become LeMoyne-Owen College. Today, the LeMoyne-Owen stands as a beacon of hope in the South Memphis community and a college of choice for those students who desire the unique and transformative experience that only a historically black college can provide. Talented, diverse faculty challenge today's magicians in a rigorous course of study and liberal arts and the sciences, and mold them into leaders and professionals who go forth to shape the communities in which they live, work, and serve.
So we are back here at 807 Giving Day here at LeMoyne-Owen College. My name is Tanya Dyson, and I am part of the class of 2004 here at LeMoyne. LeMoyne has fostered so much stuff in the community, so much in the city, in this county, in this state. And I'm the product of that. I'm being the executive director right around the corner at Memphis Limb Collaboratory. Of course, LeMoyne taught me the art of community and giving back and being a part and just touching down. And so that's what inspired my work to come back into the Soulsville, USA neighborhood. And so I definitely encourage everyone that has been influenced by LeMoyne. If you went to school here, if you graduated here, if you've ever, worked with anyone that graduated here, definitely chime in, make that donation, and keep us going for 807 Giving Day. Speaking of, if you want to know what 807 Giving Day is, of course, it's 807 Walker, our beautiful address here at LeMoyne. And of course, this is the 2nd anniversary of this particular Giving Day. And so we are having a goal and we're having a good time, fundraising for a very good cause. Speaking of fundraising, we want to check into our total right now and see where exactly. Look at that, y'all. $132,000, 164. 15 cents. And we're trying to get to 200,000, y'all. So go ahead, keep chiming in. Go to our website. If you are near the campus, you can come here and make that donation live and just check in with that, and encourage your friends, encourage your family, church members, co-workers, all of that stuff in your circle to make that donation to LeMoyne-Owen, because it's a wonderful cause. And speaking of the amazing legacy that LeMoyne has built and given, I am so privileged to sit here with the wonderful Mr. Philip Dotson here, with LeMoyne-Owen here with the arts and culture, arts and humanities, department here at LeMoyne-Owen. 50 years at LOC, 50 years. Yes. And so we're going to talk about that, because I'm interested to know your story. How did year one begin here at LeMoyne-Owen?
Well, my journey started some 50 years ago. I was at the University of Mississippi, and one of my very dear friends, Mr. Lawrence Jones, who taught me art at Jackson State and was the director at Jackson State, told me about this historically Black college located in Memphis, Tennessee, that was possibly in need of a director for the arts program. And I thought about that and did some research and found out what an incredible history this college has. And once you learn about the history, you know, you become endeared to wanting to participate in the uplift of our people. Yes. So that's how I found out about it, and I'm still on that journey right now.
Yes. So the journey, I'm sure, has it helped you encounter so much amazing talent. Who are some of the memorable, artists that you've helped to cultivate here at LeMoyne?
Ooh, there have been hundreds of students that I've encountered, but the ones that were just truly outstanding was Mr. Michael Rogers.
Yes.
And Michael, while he was in undergraduate school, was able to show his artwork through the UNCF at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Also, he was able to do an exhibit when he was in graduate school at the White House of the United States. So that's to show you the quality of some of our graduates. But we've had many wonderful people that have matriculated here.
Right. I'm sure. And I'm sure the list just goes on and on and on, like you said. So again, 50 years here at LeMoyne. One of my favorite phrases, by Nina Simone, is an artist's charge is to reflect the times. So 50 years we've seen a lot happen in Memphis throughout that course of 50 years. What are some of the challenges that you've seen? And of course, encouraging your artists to be those eyes to really be able to put what they see on canvas or convey that through their art.
Ooh, the challenges have been great because I started here in 1972, so there was not a lot of time and space between 1968 and 1972. So right. The challenge was certainly upon us, and we kind of had to step up.
Right.
But the stepping up didn't just start then. If you were to read the history of LeMoyne-Owen College, know the story of Lucinda Humphreys, yes, and know the story of Camp Shiloh and all that.
Yes.
You want to participate in the uplift of your people. And that's what has happened to me. I had several people that helped to direct my attention. Dr. Reuben Henry Green told me once, he says, Dotson, the greatest thing that a person can do is to dedicate himself to something that's greater than himself.
Right.
LeMoyne-Owen College has been that kind of place, not only for me, but for all those names that were mentioned a few minutes ago, like the Dr. Harringtons and the Apostle yes. G. Pattersons and those kind of people that didn't necessarily per se work here. Dr. Harrington was on the board, and of course, Apostle would always make contributions. So, you don't necessarily have to necessarily work at a place to help it to become what it should be. And of course, he made wonderful contributions to the school financially, and that is most important. And that's what we're about today.
Yes, indeed here. So if you are just now chiming in again, donate to LeMoyne-Owen. That's what we are here today. 807 Giving Day here for LeMoyne-Owen College, of course, named after 807 Walker Avenue, where we sit in this illustrious place. So I want to jump in, of course, of course, I'm a music head. I love music, and you sit in the middle of Soulsville, USA, in this college that's here. The historic aspect of music right around the corner. 72 was a very significant year. Watt Stacks was filmed during that era, And so how did music and art coincide during that time? I'm interested to see just the melding in the neighborhood and how that came together.
Ooh, when I first came to Memphis, it was such a phenomenal place. When I would come by the corner of McLemore College and see all the fancy cars going in and out, the Stutz Bearcats and whatever, like, oh my God, this is unreal. And it was happening right here in this neighborhood.
Right.
I'm talking about it was outstanding. It's like walking on the edge of a dream.
Right.
That, you mean black people can do this? Yes, you can. And we're still looking for that kind of rebirth of that kind of energy and wealth into the neighborhood. And, I'm not afraid to say, I look forward to seeing that happen again one day.
Yes.
With the Stax Museum.
Yes.
It changed from just producing records to now
to
a
the
museum
music academy,
and school.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to do the first art exhibit at Stax. Mr. Ernest Withers did the first photography exhibition at Stax.
Yes.
I did the first art exhibit at Stax.
Wow.
And I'm just, I'm sitting on the edge of history.
Right.
And all of us have to do that. Every person is obligated to do their share of making our people great.
Indeed.
That's the way I look at it. Everybody's got to step up, even if it only means that you will make the contribution to 807. Let's make this dream come alive.
Indeed.
For many others.
So many others,
Yes.
as it has come alive for, both of us.
Yes.
Between the time you arrived here and then the time that I arrived here and graduated, it's just been decades of greatness that this college has, helped produce. So speaking of decades of greatness, let's take it into the future a little bit. Let's look at what you envision the school to be in the future.
Well, we just have to sometimes stand on the shoulders of those who may have to spend more time dreaming than I have. I have dreamt for 50 years. Sometimes you just have to kind of step back a little bit and let someone else's dream, so let someone else's projection of the reality to come true. And that's what we're doing right now, giving space to our president, Dr. Vernell Bennett Fairs, to allow her dream to manifest itself.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. So manifest again. So go ahead and manifest that donation, y'all. Y'all heard this wonderful interview. Again, thank you, Mr. Dodson.
Oh, you're quite
so much, not just for sitting down with me, because you tell I was really excited about, chatting up with you, but just the service that you've done. 50 years at LeMoyne-Owen College, 50 years of developing so much talent that has gone on to change the world, change the way the world sees itself and the people that inhabit it in so many ways. So thank you so much for, being here, and, thank you all for chiming in as well.
Yes. And make that call. Make that call.
Yes.
Log into the website and make your donation for the 807 campaign.
Yes.
Let's do it together.
Yes, and you can text to give. Text MAGIC, that's MAGIC, to 345-345. It's a very convenient way. Or you can call to give, 901-435-1539. Or you can give to support scholarships, recruitment, retention. Just visit givetoLOC.com.
And you will be blessed.
You will.